The Crawleys and the Granthams and all the people are back again in Downton Abbey, A New Era. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to my spoiler-free review for the new theatrical film Downton Abbey, A New Era. This is, of course, from the TV series of the same name, and this is a follow-up to the 2019 first film in the series. All of this been created and written by Julian Fellowes. I don't know if he wrote all the episodes of the show, but he wrote the first movie, he wrote this, and he created the program as well. So a lot of the same vibes here that you might get from the TV show or that first movie. Before we dive into this movie, though, I do want to welcome you into Dan Reviews It. Thank you for finding this video. You can subscribe down below there. Would love to have you aboard as one of my fresh new subscribers. Let's talk about this movie. So, as a Downton Abbey fan, I am not one. I tried the TV show a couple of different times. I found it very boring, but I know a lot about what goes on in the show because my parents are like uber fans. They've gone through the whole series like 6 or 7 times. So I know enough to kind of get by. I watched the first movie because, of course, I try to see all the big movies, and I thought it was fine. I get, the buzz, but the plot seemed very, very thin. And I was talking to a couple of friends of mine that also enjoyed the show, and they agreed. They were like, yeah, this plot is very, very basic for Downton Abbey. There wasn't all of the high-edged drama. Basically, the king and queen were visiting Downton, and so that was the big plot, and most of the movie was just them getting ready for it. So I was like, okay, I don't know plot-wise, but I ended up giving it a B, because it made me understand what people see in the show. Because look, the acting is top notch. You have some of your classic British actors and actresses here. But in this one, I think the plot is much better. Here we've got 2 sort of different stories going on. One is family related. There's some secrets, of course, some drama, and Lady Violet, played by Maggie Smith, the great Maggie Smith, who I just watched recently in the first and second Sister Act movies. She has some secrets about her past that sort of come out during this film, and then there's some other things going on with relationships and marriages. But the part that intrigued me the most is that this movie studio. Well, first of all, I thought Downton Abbey took place like decades before this, but it apparently takes place in the late 1920s. I thought maybe it was like turn of the century, more like. But in any event, this movie studio wants to rent out Downton to film their new silent movie. But you've got this diva here that's playing the lead actress that is trying to shake things up at how they do things at Downton. But more to the point with that plot, talkies are just coming into fashion, and they are trying to decide whether or not to keep this movie silent and perhaps lose money on it, or try and turn it around and make it a talkie. So as a film fan, that is the plot that spoke to me. I don't really know these main characters from the show very well, so the stuff about the family history and the secrets and stuff, I don't know. I couldn't have really cared less about that, which is fine and understandable. I didn't watch the show. So for me, it gave me a hook, I think, bigger than the first movie did, to sort of reel me in and keep me invested in the story. Now, this type of storyline with the silent going to talkies has been done many, many times over with far better films. Singing in the Rain, obviously, is a prime example of that. But The Artist, I think, even as well, tackles that subject matter very well. So, like everything with Downton, it's pleasant and fine. And look, this is a PG-rated film. The show was very, very family-friendly for everybody. They don't curse, really. They don't, there's some talk of some sex stuff, but, you never see anything. Unlike a lot of the shows these days that sort of take place in that era, Bridgerton, for example, where, it's almost more about the sex than it is about the plots. That's not this. This is a movie, and the TV show that preceded it is for everyone. It's for all ages. Everyone's welcome. However, I do think that makes it a little bit bland. And look, the acting here is wonderful, of course. Not only do you have the great Maggie Smith, but you've got, Hugh Bonneville and Jim Carter and all of these sort of famous, Imelda Staunton, people that you've seen in various different British movies over the course of, the last 30, 40, 50 years. And they're always great, But I find this stuff kind of boring. I have to be honest. Whenever they weren't doing the movie stuff and they were doing the background, some of it was a little bit interesting, but as a non-fan of the movie, I don't think it did enough to bring people in, to convert people. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's not the point. I feel like if you're going to see this movie, you probably have a history with the show. If you get dragged to it or something by a family member or a loved one, okay, I don't think you will hate it. I think you will be able to at least sort of get on board and understand why the buzz about this movie. And Julian Fellowes, like I said, wrote the show, wrote the movies, so he understands these characters, and the music will transport you. The music here is so crucial. So, look, bottom line, this is one of these movies that I think, if you're judging it realistically, it's going to be a little bit lesser on the scale. But if you are a big fan of Downton, this is going to be your favorite movie of the year. You're going to love it. You're going to see it multiple times. For me, I'm certainly not up to that level, but I do think it's better than the first one. I'm actually going to leave it with the same grade as the first one. If anything, I would probably drop the original down to maybe a B-, because I did sort of feel a lot of the same issues, but I will say the plot is much, much more interesting here. And, there's definitely more going on, I would say, with all the characters, the ones we know and love, and then the new ones that come in from the movie production as well. So I believe Downton Abbey a new era with a B. And like I said, I don't think it's going to convert you if you, it doesn't entice me to want to watch the show. But look, if there's a third movie, I'm not going to hate on that. I'll go see it again. And I'll probably feel about the same. It'll probably be sort of in that at B range. But if you love the show, this is going to be your tops of the year, I feel like. So there you go. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see everybody next time. Bye.